if you're ripping around town, I can see this maybe being for you like an urban thing, but for riding any type of trail and stuff, I'd stay away from it, and I do see problems with it in the future with the frame and bushings and back suspension, and I don't think you're going to think the suspension is what you're thinking. And another thing, it looks like a motorcycle big time, so there's a chance you might get pulled over. These are neat and all. Again, kind of a heavy bike. Whoops. If you notice, these are single speeds. I think that one is, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of these are single speed bikes. So you got to watch for that. It's something to consider. Again, this tank style, I don't like that because that thing could weigh, that's your battery, that could be 10, 12 pounds. Now when you are pedaling, you have 10 or 12 pounds up there swaying back and forth while you pedal. So it's not like a motorcycle because the motor balances all that weight. This is not. So to picture your normal bicycle basically with, well, put a couple bags of milk or 10 pounds worth of stuff in between your legs there and see what it's like. Plus I don't know how wide that part is. And the seat looks not great at all. And the tires, I'm pretty sure, are custom to Super 73. So those are so the ours are the RIZE are 20 by 4 or 4 by 20, whatever you want to say. These I think are 5 or 4 3/4. Those were made for these bikes. Again, so this is the top end one. Same thing with the tires there. It looks more like a dirt bike motorcycle, way more extreme of it. And it is, and it looks great. Again, it's a single speed. This one, I heard you can get kits for them. This one has a decent shock compared, and forks. They're pretty decent, especially the back one compared to the X class. And this is a very heavy duty frame, but at the same time, it's single speed. Are you going to pedal that? And this fender, that and this will do absolutely nothing for you because it's way too far out there. You'll be just soaked if you have that. So it's another thing to think of, as well as this. It's going to come up and spray through. Fenders, believe me, if you're out riding, you want it. And again, the tank up here doesn't make sense. And the seat, uncomfortable. The whole, it looks fun. If I maybe city ride, whatever. If you're not going to pedal, it'd be fun. But if you're in the market for a bicycle, that's more motorcycle, I think. And I do think it's constructed good. It's not a top line or anything, but you can see some differences in the way angled suspension. The other one just made no sense, and everything came off one little point where you can just see where it's going to twist and get loose, especially with two people on a bike. And this totally looks like a motorcycle or dirt bike, and it's not legit. Chance for in Canada and stuff for the speed. So you're risking no insurance fine, all that stuff, trespassing, etc. Here's a difference between the RIZE bike blade and the juiced, and you can see the extreme difference in those frames. Well, you can see similarities, also the extreme difference. So one big reason is I like kind of doing catwalks and like getting the front end up on my bike, playing around. And like I said before, they have the geometry basically nailed on this bike, the weight distribution, and that's just for normal riding to doing like more aggressive riding. This here, it's too long, it's too far forward the weight. To get the front end up and like feel that lightness when you want, that's way harder to ever feel and actually achieve because of that. And because of the battery weight and the angle. I do wish, what I'd love to see is those forks on that bike, on RIZE. Again, that would put the base price up, and that can affect you. I don't think the juiced bikes comes either with fenders, if I'm not mistaken, so you have to buy those on top of that. You also get the rack here, bottle holder, which mounts under there or there, which is, I'm not going to lie, kind of useless. It's too low and dirty on the bottom of the bike, and then when it can drip or spill there. And I have my bag there anyway, so as you can see though, it's just that RIZE has a way better design, I think. And this, like the crank thing up here is weird. I feel in this, you might not think how that frame comes down is a big deal, but like I said, when that compresses too, your attack angle changes. So if there's a log coming up and you compress, you're gonna smash that. Also, the nice thing with the RIZE bike is these are higher, like you got more height here for the bars, so it changes. You're not leant over, and that's what hurts your back after time. And with having that, so if you ride a fat bike, you'd find out. So when this compresses down and you have low PSI, it will trail you around kind of. So this bike already dives enough forward. It would put more, so there's just so much pressure at the front, and more when they're unlocked, it's more your weight forward, everything, and you're just more, it's harder on your body. So here's the RIZE. So here's the big battery on the RIZE bike. So that's the large one. That's my bike there. That's the base. That's the 17 amp. And as you can see, this is flush on the frame. They stick out. They're bigger, but they stick out to the left-hand side. So that's one difference you'll notice, and obviously weight. And that's, I would upgrade the battery if I was anyone. If I was to buy a 500 watt again, blade, which I'm going to get another blade at some point, I would buy the upgrade, and I tell everyone through the channel or anyone I meet, get the upgrade. It's $200 Canadian more, and it is a lot of money, but it's worth it. So this is, I'm noticing things, and this is why I think a lot of these bikes are made in the same place. Everyone just got a bit different design. I'm assuming this, I don't know this, but for instance, here's the juiced bikes. I think it's called the Scorpion. Here's the new RIZE Liberty. They're very close. Just different shocks. The forks look damn near identical. That one's got the mag, so this might be like the City, or I don't know. But take a look there and you can see, you know, just different seats. RIZE has that better seat. Lights are like the exact same. So, the Juice though, they have their different battery. That's their battery design, so there might be just a mod in that frame there. You can just see some things in the frame or whatever. Like I said, each one kind of has, seems like they're all based off the same principle of design, and then they probably can pick certain things, I'm assuming, and then the components makes the difference. Again, these are things I've just noticed. These are all my thoughts and opinions. So anyway, it's kind of what I'm trying to show people is why I chose the RIZE. You know, I don't use the back rack, but for some people it's awesome. I just think you don't want to be far forward lent. And you remember when you're looking at these bikes, you, for the most part, wanted a bicycle, and then you said, hey, I'm going to get an e-bike, it'll help out, I'll see more area. I'll see more stuff, cover, you know, get more kilometers or mileage, or use it more for a bit more transportation, etc., etc. That being said, you're starting to get into these things. You could be 1,500, 2,000 watts or whatever. Now you don't have a bicycle, you have a motorcycle, and you've went from having something that you could just jump on to something now you need a license technically for in some places. You need insurance for, you can't go on the trails. The nice thing with the RIZE bike blade, you can't tell the difference from the 500 watt to the 1000 looking at it. And it looks like the cops still think it's just, well, it is a bicycle, but I've never been pulled over. They wave, they've talked to me, they're just interested, they think it's neat. This, you're looking like a motorcycle, and they're going to take a second look. And it's, you know, it's not even a bicycle. Like, I don't even think you could pedal that. Again, this kind of style, probably going to get a hassle. You know, it's heavy, it'd be awkward to pedal. It comes single speed. I can only imagine trying to pedal that thing. If you want a bicycle, these are the styles I would stay away from. If you really want to pedal. And if you ask, there's another guy, Mega Dave's World, check his videos out. He uses the RIZE Bikes Blade, a 1000 watt, and he'll tell you too, they're great. He gives her a good beating a lot of times. So another thing is, if you guys buy a bike, a RIZE Bikes Blade, you will get a free horn, which is a electric horn, which is $20 value Canadian. If you use my name through How Did You Hear About Us? So just put in Ryan Crawford. Again, if you get the free horn with a bike purchase, it is, I think it's $20 Canadian, but they'll throw that in when you use my name. It's Ryan Crawford again, and just let them know. Also, if you'd let me know if you bought a bike through them, and just I'd like to hear feedback from people and your thoughts, and anyone has questions, just let me know, and I'll try and get back to you. Alright, take care, bye.